What's good, people?
Yeah, we back.
It's the Moretime podcast,
More time, it's more time.
and this is Pass Through episode 2.
Episode 2.
Beautiful. This time around, we've got the illustrious Dom from This and That Media. We have actually done this interview before, but me being the genius I am, I fucked up the audio.
It was a sick interview as well.
It was fire. I'm hoping that we hit the same heights today. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel we got it in the bag because it like, you know what I mean? It's been a little while since we did it. But anyway, first things first, yeah, as you all know, I'm Axel Holy. This is
The Flying Monk.
And today we are introduce yourself, bro.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dom. Like you guys said, I'm from This and That Media. I'm a freelance video editor, and I have been meddling with the UK hip-hop scene for a long time. And it's just, yeah, I think we're just going to be talking about that today, right?
Yeah, man, just talking about you, yourself, and you.
Yeah, man. So let's kick it off with the first question we ask our guests is, who are you? Which you kind of gave a little simple explanation, but
yeah, just get a little deep dive into who's Dom.
I've
When the journey started.
been in Bristol, so I'm 27. No, shit, I'm 28. My birthday was last week. I'm 28 now. And I've been in Bristol for just past 8 years now. I think within the first year of being here, I started shooting videos for people. And then I think I was doing everything I'm going to give you like the back of the book blurb, and then we'll get into it. But like, yeah, so
get into it, man.
Started off doing everything in terms of filming, directing, producing, all that stuff. And then I think for the last 3 and a bit years now, I've been just an editor. So I completely changed my angle. But in between then, I've shot like...
I asked you last time, but what was the reason for the transition?
Transition, man, like to put it simply, just getting burnt out too quickly.
Yeah, workload.
Sustainable doing 5 different roles in one go. Like, it was tiring. It was real tiring. And I think I realized very quickly, well, not very quickly actually, that I did everything I did in order to make good edits. So I started to just become an editor instead of just doing everything.
Yeah.
Because everything I was doing was leading towards me. Like the videos I was making, like the storyboards I was creating, was to make a fun edit or do a fun effect. So I thought I'd cut out that beginning stuff and then like collaborate with people.
Explain the beginning stuff a bit and how you got into that.
So yeah, so I started off, I came to Bristol and I think I was cycling home one day and people knew I had a camera, and I bumped into my friend who was with Patch from ESM, ESM Clothing, and he was trying to organize a cypher with, I think, a few of the SP guys and a few other guys from Bristol. I think that was your beat, Bailey, as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was Datty and Dashvilles, I think.
And JO11 as well.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember the beat, the do like
Old times.
Yeah, so I was cycling home one day. I saw my friend with Patch from ESM. He was saying, "Oh, Dom's got a camera," and Patch was like, "Oh, but my normal film guy, he's not here at the moment. Can you help? Can you film this?" And I knew SP, I knew you guys. I was a big fan of the scene before I even came to Bristol. So I actually said no because I thought I couldn't provide the quality, the production value that, came with these names.
Right.
And she said no, and I went home.
Originally from then, before you came to Bristol?
London. So I've lived in London all my life, and then I came here around 18 years old, 19 years old. Fuck, have I been here? I've been here 9 years now, damn.
Long, innit?
Man's a lane.
Time flies and that.
But yeah, then I went home that day, and then as soon as I got home, I was like, what am I doing? I rushed back down with my bike and my camera, and I was like, yeah, I'll film it. And then I filmed that, and that was the beginning of me filming for the UK hip-hop scene, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And what was that? Mainly, was that music videos? Was that freestyle
initially,
videos?
Yeah. So everything was music videos. I started off with just shooting my friends' videos and editing the videos, and then UK hip-hop, some cyphers, stuff like that. And I think I was doing only music videos for the first couple years. I didn't really touch any commercial work, any serious commercial work until like 3 years ago, 2 years ago maybe. So the first chunk of time, it was just music videos. But I was learning. I had a lot to learn at that point. So
yeah.
I saw every single project, I kind of learned something new. So I saw it as an opportunity. So I needed that time to like develop. Yeah.
Develop your skills and that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Because I kind of just ran into it head first, dived into it head first, ran into it head first. I dived into it head first, and I learned through trial and error. So there was a lot of times I fucked up. There was a lot of times I had expensive mistakes in terms of fucking up a project. All this.
How did you get your first bit of equipment and that?
I've had a camera at the point. I had a camera for ages,
Yeah,
and it just so happened to shoot video. It wasn't a fancy camera, but it worked.
Yeah.
So I kind of just used what I had, and I didn't get any new equipment for years. Instead of having like the mechanical, gimbal and stabilizer, I just used the neck brace on the camera, and then used my neck as like
Right.
So I
workarounds.
Bro, I still use that technique to today, man. It's so good.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, I didn't get any new camera equipment for ages. I just worked with what I had, and it just so happened to be a camera and a wide angle lens. That was it.
Yeah, man, that's all you need to get started, really, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? For them simple ones at the beginning and that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So from that to transitioning into what was it more freestyle based or?
So I think for those beginning years, no, it was way more music videos than freestyles and stuff. It was like 95% music videos.
You had a brand platform called Side Note. Like, did that come before you started editing people's videos? Or?
Side Note was actually a few years in. That must have been about 3 years in.
Okay.
So it was technically under the umbrella of This and That Media, but it was its own little segment.
Yeah.
That was a collaboration with my friend Todd, who is a sound engineer, and we met like through uni. We didn't do the same course or anything, but I was asking people I knew doing film courses. I said, who's the best at sound? And they all recommended Todd.
Right.
So we actually met on the series, and then I've lived with him for years and stuff. Like, it's just blossomed to a beautiful friendship.
That's dope.
Really
dope professional friendship as well. So imagine
man, 100%.
Collaborative, beautiful.
Yeah. So it was really nice having him on board with that, because it was as much as his job project as mine. And I think we made something really nice there. But that came like 3 years into doing this stuff. So initially, I started off in Bristol, just like with Bristol people. And then I started working with High Focus, which brought me to a bit of London, a bit of Brighton, a bit of Bristol, but mainly bouncing between Brighton and London.
Yeah.
A lot of traveling, which is where I slowly started burning out.
Right.
Because as soon as I was doing this during uni.
Yeah.
And then as soon as uni finished, I had, I think, a normal job, like a 9 to 5 job for maybe 2 months. Other than that, it's just been this.
Yeah. And obviously with the opportunities with High Focus, regardless of the all of the traveling and in the beginning, it would have probably been way too good to turn down. Obviously, opportunity in terms of exposure, budget actually being paid correctly, because obviously UK hip hop is a tough old grind.
Yeah. I like to say to people that UK hip hop is like a goldfish bowl of a community. It's quite small.
It's very small.
Like you could smash it, but like you're still limited by the goldfish bowl itself. So yeah, High Focus was a big thing for me, because they're arguably like some of the leaders in the UK hip hop. Like
it's the biggest label for this shit, but it might even actually be the biggest hip hop label in Europe.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So yes, having the opportunity to work with them was amazing.
Independent one, sorry.
Yeah. And it was really good, and I was, again, still had the whole ethos of like, I'm going to learn something new for each project. So each after a couple of years, I started to get more into the visual effects side of things, as well as just editing and cutting things together.
Yeah.
Which conveniently worked alongside me now working with High Focus. So then all the videos started elevating in terms of like weirdness and uniqueness. Yeah, so no, that was an amazing run.
So with every one of those videos that you did, was there anything that you were mindful of? Like, were you trying to like make sure that maybe everything I do is different. I might, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't want to be pigeonholed into a certain style.
Yeah.
I
Want to
guess
be
it's
known as
easier with
the
the
guy.
artists that you're working with as well, isn't it? Because they're all quite individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Well,
can
you
kind
got
of
to tailor it.
use that to your benefit, innit?
100%, 100%. I was just trying to steer you into. I was trying to do it seamlessly, but I'm gonna do up breaking fourth walls and shit now. Obviously, last time we spoke, yeah, you said that with every video that you did, you used it as an opportunity to learn a new editing technique.
Yeah. So normally someone would have the skill already learned, and then they would, what's the word? Say, oh, we can do this. Whereas I did it the opposite way. I wanted to learn something.
You got
So
the job
before I put my
learn.
hands on it,
Learn on the job.
yeah, I was like, oh, like for example, the one with Rez and Bad Habits on the beat, and I think no, Upfront was in the video, but not on
What's
on the
that with
song.
the big heads and that, isn't it?
Yeah, the big heads. So I
Yeah.
lived with Rez at the time, and he came to my room and he was like, "Oh, we've got this song. Like, do you want to shoot a video for it?" And then I just paused for a moment and I was like, "Well, do you want to be a bobblehead?" Because that's what I woke up and thought about. And he was like, "Yeah, that's cool." So then I started like looking up how to do that, and then the first test was with the work, with the job. So
Right.
like, I mean, that's definitely a dangerous way to work because you can make very expensive mistakes if you don't do testers. But
Yeah.
that's kind of how I approached it, because I wanted each job to be quick turnover as you do with videos.
Yeah.
So I didn't really give myself time to practice. But like, yeah, I was learning on the job each time. So every time a new video was done, I would have a new skill gained. So I was doing like maybe 4 videos on average a month.
Okay,
So
man's racking up the experience points on FIFA and that. Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I like that.
It was very I was fast at learning, and because I was learning on the job, and there was if a mistake was made, it was quite serious. I would never make that mistake again. I would gain all this shit. I wouldn't forget anything. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good way of working.
And from your story, you moved to Bristol, you're doing it all yourself. Kind of got a bit tired of that.
Yeah, you burnt out.
Focus on something.
Yeah, so when I started to get tired, so we're like 4 or 5 years into this at this point, and in terms of work, I'm doing well. Like I'm working with some big people, like it's consistent, but I'm traveling a lot. I'm having to like storyboard everything, direct it, go there, shoot it, stay a couple nights if I'm working
The
abroad.
amount of hours to the it's just everything's not weighing up.
No, yeah. So like I was getting fully burnt out, and I remember it was December 2019. I was with my mum just before the Christmas break, and we were having lunch, and I was like fully burnt out, and I was like having a serious discussion with her about it, and we actually came to the conclusion that I should actually stop because it just wasn't like financially sustainable to be continuing to do it in this fashion
Right.
and doing everything. Like at this point, I didn't want to collaborate with other videographers because I thought to be credible, to have the respect, I'd have to do everything myself.
Yeah.
I just didn't believe, like, because I had done it by myself to this point, I thought if I changed that, no one would respect it. So
Right.
to me, at that point, it was all or nothing. So like I was, fully burnt out because I was very stressed trying to make this decision of what to do. Speaking to my mum, and she was saying how like I should actually stop altogether, and I actually agreed with her. So I actually got some CVs together for restaurants and cafes, and I was going to completely change my path. I was going to
Right.
stop filmmaking.
Right.
So yeah, I started making CVs over the Christmas break in 2019. And then Todd, who I mentioned about Side Note, he spoke to me and he told me, look, like all this filming and stuff you're doing it to make cool edits. You're doing this to make fancy visual effects and all this stuff. Why don't you just become an editor?
Yeah.
So I had nothing to lose at this point because I was ready to quit anyway. So I thought I'll give it one big push. I'll see how far that goes. So like every year, I made a show reel at the end of the year. But this time I like made it a fucking film, like as
Yeah.
a film as
Something
I could.
sensational.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm going to push this as hard as I can in the direction of being just an editor in like the industry as
Yeah.
well as UK hip hop because I wanted to break the bubble, so to speak.
No, 100%.
So yeah, so I think at that point that was the major transition, the major risk as well, not knowing if it was going to pull off.
Yeah.
because I think, so I sent that out. I sent that show reel out to about 50 people, and I think 4 people got back to me. 2 of them were just like thumbs up emojis, and only 2 people offered me jobs. So out of 50 people, sending it to 50 people, I got 2 jobs from that.
Yeah.
That's all I needed, really. That's all.
No, that's what I'm saying. You got to be in it to win it.
You know what I'm saying? And doing that's pretty good anyway. Just doing it off your own back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you
that's
move
all I needed.
forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just
But
need
this is the thing. In the majority of in the majority of creative industries, your portfolio is what's going to do the majority of your speaking. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in the forefront.
100%.
And obviously where you'd actually like gathered a lot of work, and not just a lot of work, a lot of high level work. Yeah, it was probably very impressive. Like obviously a lot of it, like you're saying, 2 people got back to you, but I bet you after you spoke to them and they found out that you did fucking everything, they're just like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole one-man band thing wasn't as, no one cared about that so much in this.
They don't care about it because it's not a thing that they do.
No,
innit?
I think it
like, I
showed
bet
that
people are just like,
passionate,
what? How long was you doing that for?
Yeah, I think it showed that I was determined. And
That's what I'm saying.
100%. I think it helped for sure. But yeah, 2 people is all I needed to start a new snowball, because with 2 jobs, I got 4 jobs. 4 jobs became 8 jobs.
That's it.
Had repeat clients with directors and stuff, and then it just kind of.
Okay, are you able to say what those 2 jobs were for?
Yeah, I think so. I think the first one of the first ones was with a director called Florian Joan, and I got a job with him doing I think some fashion stuff for Daily Paper, streetwear brand.
Yeah.
They just gave me loads of content, random content from camcorders, from like DSLRs, and they just said make something cool for social media. So I just kind of had free reign with that.
Dope.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
I think another one was some random ass job for some sort of European computer insurance, like cyber security thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember what country, but it was definitely international, and I don't know where it came out, but I was doing all these animations and shit. People like trying to hack into computers and stuff.
Okay.
But I loved it. I was so gassed. That was my first introduction. And I think I remember saying last time, like, the guy was like, "Oh, we can only offer this much. I'm so sorry." And I was like,
"This is more than I've ever been paid in this fucking."
So yeah, man.
Yeah.
That gave me all the motivation I needed to carry on.
100%.
During that Christmas break, I was fully down, like, because I was ready to give up on what I was building for like almost half a decade at that point.
Yeah.
So,
would you say that it was your friends, opening your eyes not only to the amount of workloads, but also, the fact that the majority of all of the creative industry is extremely collaborative. At proper level, every single part of it. Like, that's why when you see a film, the credits are fucking crazy long.
Everything is like outsourced and
the producer, the executive producer, like whatever, they're the people that hire all the people. They work for the production company. That's it. Everyone else is freelance.
100%. But like, I didn't as I said, like, I just thought that was not a route to go down, because I thought I had to do everything myself. So I actually hindered my own progress for years.
Yeah, but if you don't know, you don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It, man.
Like, I was speaking at a college recently about all this kind of stuff. And I was saying how I was limited by what I thought I could reach and what I thought I couldn't reach, because I didn't think industry standard was something a kid with a DSLR could do, because I started doing it, and I learned on the job. So I was like, okay, there's no way I can approach that.
You think there's more to it, don't you?
Yeah.
Bro, the skills is the skills, bro.
As soon as I realized, like, I can actually quite literally slide into the DMs of industry people.
Yeah.
There you go. And then that's it. Snowball.
Bro, it's like anything, Say like a plumber or an electrician. Day one, of course, you're not going to be able to apply to like the fucking sickest like British Airways and all the British Aerospace and all that. But like 10 years in of doing that shit every day as an electrician, even on a fucking building site, you can fucking go and apply to some shit at fucking British Aerospace because you are fucking
100%.
illy at electronics.
I think
Full stop.
everyone in the industry, again, back to film as an example, like they all started either just with a camera, just with a computer, not realizing like the extent of how far they can go. So yeah, fuck it. Like if you're just starting with the camera, you don't need to wait for someone to tell you could apply for something. Just fucking.
No. I wasn't saying that. I was saying get the work done like you did. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Don't go applying for shit like day one.
No, 100%.
Just get off your ass. Go seek people out to film first of all, innit? Yeah.
I think that's it. I think.
Yeah.
I remember trying to explain. Someone asked me for advice for like people on the come up. What would I say to them and stuff? And I think one of the bits of advice was like, learn to shoot or work with people around you who are available to you, and then let word of mouth do its thing. And then you want your work to like prove yourself. You want to prove yourself through your work, and then gain new clients from the word of mouth, and then just start again and do that forever until your circle expands.
And
that's it, really.
Once you keep doing that and it grows and grows, it gets to a stage. Yeah, it gets to a
Yeah,
stage where you no longer have to reach out. People are reaching out to you.
You the guy.
So,
the guy now. Like,
That's actually so yeah. When I said that I hit up like 50 people, 50 plus people, and I got 2 people come back to me, that is the only outsourcing of work I did for 2 and a bit years after that.
Right.
The rest was
yeah.
So once you pop, you can't stop.
From that one thing, I worked with director A and director B. Then I get emails from random production companies and directors, and I always say like, oh, just out of curiosity, like, how did you find me? And then they say, oh, this person suggested you. So word of mouth. You just want to make sure that you've proved yourself through your work, and then the word of mouth will do it for you. That's the way, really. There's talking of word of mouth. So there's a video I did, some effects I did for the Drake and 21 Savage video, Knife Talk, I think a couple of years ago, right? So I got a random email, just like I mentioned, from a production company, and they asked me like, oh, can you sign this NDA before we talk about it, blah, blah, blah. And then I eventually found out it was for a Drake music video, and I asked them, I was like, oh, so out of curiosity, like, how did you come across me? Because you're like some American-based production company. We don't follow each other, anything.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, Matey told us about you. So I looked up Matey on fucking Instagram. Just some random kid who told me big ups once, and I said thank you. So I replied to him. And then he saw on that production company's like Instagram caption, like, oh, we're looking for someone. He tagged me.
That's all it takes, man.
Yeah.
Mad.
So,
He's just a random person.
Bro, but even still, that's like that's still kind of like a collision of
fate.
chance encounters.
Because obviously underneath certain posts like that, like where people are gonna get tagged.
That's
why
why
it just shows you, innit? Like you gotta be nice to not just for being nice, but I mean like when you are, if you're not looking for it, it might.
Bro, if someone reaches out to you to be nice to you, it don't cost you nothing to be nice back.
No, exactly.
That's literally all man did.
And you don't know who these people are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how you should go through life, man.
100%, man. If they take their time out of their day to just say thank you or well done or whatever,
Well, this
these
is
people
dope.
do respond.
Like,
yeah, man. But like that's crazy. I would never expected that. That is.
Where did
that's dope as fuck.
Where did the Drake and 21 Savage stuff come in the story? Was that after you sent the 50?
Yeah, so this was a little bit after. So at this point, I think we're talking 2019 or the very beginning of 2020 is when I sent out those 50 messages.
Right.
So it kind of snowed.
That's not even that long ago.
It's a short time, innit?
Oh, yeah.
So
Come on.
just before that, I was working, with the UK hip hop scene, and then I think within a year, I was doing a couple industry stuff, industry-based stuff. Yeah, it was a very quick snowball because also it collided with COVID happening at the beginning of 2020 or whenever it did happen. So everything went into lockdown, but film was still being made. Film was one of those jobs which was allowed to happen. So people were shooting music videos like
People
crazy.
needed it, more importantly. They needed entertainment, innit?
Content, innit? Because everyone sat down and like,
Content
watching.
king, you know?
When I hit up all these people, all these directors and production companies, they were looking for freelance remote workers. So I was obviously
Fitted
like
the
super
description
ideal for them.
perfectly.
So it just perfect storm.
Yeah.
The perfect storm. I don't know if like I reckon I would still be doing what I'm doing without COVID, but like it was really good timing.
It was almost like a point of like, I think it just pushed a lot of people into a position of, right, I need to make a change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%, man.
But you also had the time to because everything stopped.
That's what I'm saying. It's lit. Like,
I
stopped
Not
for
often
2 years.
time stops, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey.
I didn't
your
even
shit.
realize.
Bruv, it's nice.
I didn't even realize there was a lockdown because I was working in my room anyway.
Yeah.
I continued work and
So
then
you were locked down anyway.
I just realized people weren't leaving the house, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" That's my own version of COVID. Like, so I was still working away. Very fortunately, obviously. So yeah, in the story, like so we're around 2020 now. Started working with a couple bigger brands. So Daily Paper, I did a couple jobs for, and then I went. So it kind of split into different categories. So Daily Paper started a little fashion route, and I did in the fashion route, I don't know which order, but I've done like Daily Paper. I did like Primark. I did Marks and Spencers. I did Vogue at one point. I did a couple Parisian fashion magazine edits and stuff. So like all of that kind of stemmed from one Daily Paper video. And then I also did some more like household commercial stuff. So I did something with Doritos. And then from that, I think I worked with that director a couple of times. So like all these little like branches were stemming off, like the multiverse and Marvel. You know,
that's how it goes, though, isn't it? You get that one one that splits into two, and they might not be the same. They might be completely different films.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Then branches off that, and then you end up with Doritos, Vogue,
everywhere.
You know what I mean? Like, very different, but all good shit, innit? You know?
That's what I'm saying, man. The CV looking sensational.
Right, it was overwhelming. It was like I didn't believe it was really happening. I still don't believe. I'm super blessed. I'm super happy, and I understand like this is crazy. So like, even looking back now, it's just funny to say this was only like 3 years since being just an editor.
Yeah, that's how it happens, man.
Man.
I even fell into the football world. Like I've edited stuff with Chelsea and I've edited stuff with Manchester City.
And rugby as well.
And rugby, I've been working with one of England's players, Kyle Sinclair. And I don't watch sport. I haven't watched
Man
sport
has no idea who he's edited on that.
No, I haven't watched sport since like year 8. So I find that real funny that I've somehow fell into that as well.
What was some of the break down some of the job, like what was you doing for Vogue? What was you doing for?
So with Vogue, the video, there was a photo shoot. It was for Vogue Paris. It was the October edition. I can't remember which year. Probably 2020, maybe 2021. And people were shooting videos during the photo shoot. So in between photos, they would get a quick shot of the model with the camera. It was kind of janky footage, but you know, they gave me all the footage and they're like, can you make this look like it was a video shoot rather than, you know, we kind of shot it in between.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I just kind of messed about with that. I even created like a soundscape. I think I just found some like free sound of like Parisian restaurants and like someone playing the accordion.
Some sauce, just added some sauce to it.
So it's just a quick social media job, but it was incredible because like Vogue reposted it, so they like really pushed it, and it was just incredible to see. Also did something with Assassin's Creed. I don't know which category that goes into. Gaming, I guess. No, it was still it was fashion. It was fashion because it was.
It was the wears they like they brought that style. It was like gothic.
Yeah.
Parkour.
Okay, parkour.
Like ninja parkour.
No,
Yeah. What's it called? The role play thing, like. Yeah.
Oh yeah, LARPing, fucking. Live action role play.
It's lit. Like, go to the field and that.
From that film, role models.
Was that for the game or for the film? I know they got.
It was in line with Assassin's Creed Valhalla coming out. I think that's
okay.
So a director or a fashion person called Charlie Cohen, she is heavily involved in the fashion scene. So she made these Assassin's Creed kind of clothing things,
Right.
and they looked incredible, and they looked just like the game.
Yeah.
So I was just adding effects into this. So it was a big like promotional piece for the game, but also in collaboration with someone who was genuinely making the clothes as well.
Yeah.
It was quite a big collaboration on all sides. And yeah, that was really fun. That was really weird as well. Honestly, I have worked on some really weird jobs. Like,
Man, it's dope as fuck though, man.
But all these jobs have come in quick succession one after another in that
Yeah.
time period, yeah?
Yeah.
but yeah, also you got to remember, like when I was doing everything like filming, directing, shooting, I could only kind of do one job at a time because I'd have to travel and I'd stay over, say on Brighton over the night, and then shoot for 2 days and then come back and then edit that. So that's like 6 days for one job. So if I was just editing like I am now, that means I don't have to travel. I don't have to like run about. I'm not as tired. So I can edit 2 jobs a day or maybe 3 if I spread my time out.
Yeah.
So that's why it was all such quick succession, because suddenly the offers were coming in and I was able to actually say yes to all of them, because what else am I going to do in COVID
Yeah, I'm
lockdown?
chilling, bro. Let me
Yeah.
just bang all this out.
So yeah, like as quick as it was, I was as eager as well. So like I was taking on everything
Yeah.
to maybe too much. Like I learned a lot about project management during this time
Yeah.
because I was again burning out, but in a productive way.
But
So I
because
kinda,
you was used to you having to do so much, it almost felt in your mind that you didn't have to do as much.
yeah, like I essentially trained myself. So that was really helpful. I don't know where we are in the story now, but like, yeah, so I've kind of like, I've dipped my toes in a few different categories. And now I would say the ratio between music videos and commercial work, I think I'm doing a lot more commercial work now. I'd say it's like 80-20, 80 to commercial, 20 to music videos.
How did the how did or what at what point did the Grime Daily stuff? Is it the Grime Daily or Daily Duppy?
Yeah. Grind Dailies, Daily Duppy series.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that for about 2 years now, I think.
And was
Just
that
over 2
straight
years.
after these other jobs you got?
Essentially, yeah, it was just kind of within. I get confused on like the chronological order of things,
Did
but
they
I
hit
don't.
you up, or do you send them a message and say,
So
look,
I followed the director, and I think I kept commenting things on his Instagram, whatever, just as you do, really, just engagement.
Yeah.
And then one day he asked me if I could do animation because I think he saw an old video I did for 4 hours, which was essentially words coming on, all this stuff. I think it was called Sound the Alarm with Cement and Pith.
Right.
And
all right.
it essentially was, yeah, animation, words, images, stuff like that, but in its own style. So I think he hit me up maybe because of that. And he said, oh, can you do these animations? Because we're thinking of switching animators, or we're happy to try someone out.
Okay.
So he gave me an unreleased episode, and he asked if I could just do a little demo for like of 30 seconds. And nowadays I'll do a 3-minute video in like 2 days, but for that 30-second demo I took a week because
You
I
wanted
didn't
to
want
make
to
it bang.
exactly. I didn't want to screw this up because I knew it was a massive opportunity. I had so much momentum that I was like, yeah, cool, let's do this. So I really put my work into that. And that was for the odd ads episode, which was my first episode on this series. So as soon as they saw that, the team saw that, they were like, yeah, cool. Like, do you want to come on board? You can share the series with the other animator. And I said, I don't want to share the series. I can do it myself in the sense of timing, because they were concerned I wouldn't be able to take the workload on.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I like respectfully, I'd like to do the series myself. Like I'd like to, because I don't, if someone's work isn't the same as other person's work, it might fuck up whatever.
Yeah. I want to keep the levels where they're at, bruv. I don't want you bringing down my level.
It's just too many cooks in it. You could
Yeah.
take it one direct.
And I don't know if this cook is on my level as well. And I don't mean to my skill. I don't know if he's going to take the same time, the same care, the same attention, whereas I know I am right now. So I'm going to smash that. Yeah.
Yeah, so from then, I've been doing it. I've been doing every single one, except for maybe like 2 in the last 2 years or 2.5 years, whatever. I've done all of them. And that's been consistent. I've worked with some of obviously the biggest artists in the grime scene, the drill scene, all this stuff.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of what you've been doing, man. The name, like, I have to go through the names now, but a lot of
Well,
key figures in the
Man's
UK
about
music.
like,
You know?
man's CV's crazy.
I actually went to one of the shoots because obviously I'm as I said, I'm remote. I just get hard drives sent to me. I'm not even in the same city as this. So after a year or something of doing these duppies,
Yeah.
they were saying, "Oh, we're actually going to start doing a 5-year anniversary or a 5 million subscriber anniversary series for the duppies, like a special series of 10 episodes." And I was like, "Oh, well, can I just come down for it?" So I ended up going to London and supervising the effects for this special episode or whatever. So I met Gets, Gigs, Potter Paper, Scorcher.
So the creme de la creme,
Yeah,
basically.
super mad, like super crazy, crazy day. Like, yeah. So I've only met a couple of them, but yeah, I've worked with some big names to be fair. Yeah, man, duppies are good.
No, they're dope, bro. The animations are sick. Like, obviously, when man found out you was doing them as well, it's like, yo, that's sick. That's the guy that done one of my vids. Yeah, it's lit. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man, it's a good opportunity. I think yeah, there's more to come. I was editing one today.
You've done a lot. How many have you done now?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know how many duppies I've done. I'd say I did count once. I think it's up to like 70 to 80 episodes.
Bruv, you are Duppy at this minute. Like, man is Daily Duppy. We're online with Daily Duppy right
That's
now.
Duppy and Daily.
Do you know what I mean? Every day.
Well, I seen you you went to some, like, was it awards?
Yeah, so Grime or GRM had I didn't go to the award show. I went to the gala, the GRM gala, and everyone was suited and booted.
Yeah, I seen a few pics. Everyone was all
So yeah,
dressed up
me
and that.
and Lutch, the director and the shooter for Duppy, we got invited as an extension of being thanked for the series and stuff. So we came down suited and booted, and when we arrived, it was like a red carpet, and they had like people with trumpets like announcing you and stuff. It was
That's
crazy.
hard.
So yeah, we were like just rubbing shoulders with the stars, so to speak, and it was crazy. Like I think I can't remember his surname, Daniel, the guy from Get Out,
Daniel Kaluuya.
Kaluuya.
Yeah.
He was there. Like obviously, like Kano, Gets, Gigs, everyone was there, and I spoke to a few of them. Obviously, it was overwhelming. Like I was actually quite nervous, to be fair.
Yeah,
Because like
Yeah, of course, man. Like, I'm just
I'm a
edit guy, man.
I'm a faceless brand. No one knows my face.
Yeah.
And most of them won't know my name. But
he's used to being
I
behind
knew
the cam, innit?
Yeah.
comment in the sense of I was like, okay, I've done your duppy, I've done your duppy, I've done your effects.
Yeah.
So I would just have to like approach him, essentially like cold calling, like, "Hi, I'm me. I've done this."
I know who you are, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, because I could imagine maybe even off the back of meeting them and telling them that's who you are, you might have even got a little job here and there off of some of them.
Yeah, potentially. I think that this is the thing, right? You got to remember, artists to this level don't care who edits their videos. So if I said I'm the editor, I'm the visual effects artist, they're not going to be like, "Oh, cool, do my next one." They just hire the directors, and then the directors.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a job straight off it, but I did get some commendation, I guess. I was speaking to NSG, a few of the members of NSG, and I was like, "Oh, by the way, like I just edited your Duppy, which came out last week," and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're sick." So we spoke for a little bit like that. That was nice. I really wanted to speak to Kano, but he was like in the corner and he had like a circumference of people just around him.
Man's too famous for all
Yeah,
this shit.
man.
He only came because man them said come, innit?
I'm gonna have to throw a spanner in the works a minute, Dom.
Yeah.
It's lagging a little bit. It's come through on the thing. So if you wanna call back, hang up and call back,
You reckon?
and hopefully that will
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not lagging that much on that side, is it? Or is it?
more on the main screen, innit? But just to be sure, innit? Just don't have to stop recording on that end. Just keep it running.
You reckon? All right, hang up and call back then.
All
'Cause
right.
we'll just clip this bit anyway and just put it back together like it never even happened. Woo.
The editing, one, two.
Yeah, man, editing. You get me?
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Get rid of that. You.
And again. Little bit of a lag, but better than it was.
Yeah. It's
We'll sort it out when they edit anyway, man. With the little.
It'll run. I'm telling you, it'll run anyway. Like, because this is kind of like what it's like when you, on my end, this is what it's like when you call in for the live thing, and it's never that bad. Right.
Back to it, man.
Yeah. Where was we at?
Was that the point?
Actually, I attended the awards, the gala, which was crazy. And then the GRM had an award show, which I didn't go to, but I did some work on for the big screen, and that was my first work, which was, what's the word, aired on TV. So that was a massive moment because it was streamed on Channel 4,
moment,
which was crazy.
That's crazy, Rev.
And I think I was watching it by myself because it was like 11 on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So all my friends have 9 to 5, so they're like, we're not coming around. But I sat by myself. I watched it. I gave myself a little pat on the back. I was like, that's cool. All right, we can run.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That is what I'm saying. It's lit, Rev.
So basically from Daily Duppy up till now, really, isn't it? What's been cracking, man?
So yeah, I've really been pushing like commercial work more. Just trying to get my fingers in all those pies, as well as working with bigger artists, trying to like push the boat out. But I think since then, I might get my dates mixed up a bit. But since then, I did one commercial job, like a proper commercial job for Tinder.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest budget I've worked on with.
It's crazy, bro.
So it was like I think
international company.
A 45-second edit or a 30-second edit, and the budget for the entire thing, including the set, everything, was like £200,000.
Right.
So it was like, in the grand scheme of like the industry, that's not even that crazy. But me hearing that number, I was like, there's that comma is like 2-3 numbers down. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's a mausoleum, bro, isn't it? When you're like, well, this is just the budget. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When it breaks down,
it
you're
was
gonna get
mad.
a little piece of that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was really cool. So I got my first taste of working like collaboratively with like 100 people. So that was really cool. Very overwhelming, but it worked well. I'm trying to think of like certain jobs like I've done. I might even just scroll through my Instagram, just give myself a little reminder. But yeah, music video wise, do you know what? Actually, can I do that? Can I look through my Instagram?
Yeah, man, do your thing.
Do that.
Then I'll be able to give you proper job names instead of me guessing.
Yeah, no, it's just good that you've kept busy and been keeping, you know what I mean, keeping the ball rolling. And
I've been trying to keep it consistent because I did get comfortable because obviously I've got all these nice clients now, and the hunger paid off. So I started to take my foot off the pedal, which is what I'm now trying to get my foot back on the pedal, because you can always go further.
Yeah.
But at the moment it's comfortable because like people are coming to me and it's quite consistent work. So
well, yeah, if you're comfortable and like you're saying, if you don't get burnt out and you think you can go again, innit? And go.
If the work is there, get that
more
paper, bro.
If you're feeling that way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
that it's flowing and that. Yeah.
You know what
100%.
I mean?
So I'm just looking through my stuff. So after Tinder, I started doing a job for YouTube as a client.
Okay.
Which was quite big. They obviously
big budget again. International
yeah, YouTube's
company.
like the leading website in the world or whatever. Like that's crazy. So they were starting a new series for gaming, for one of their gaming sections.
Right. Yeah.
And I had to do like the promotion for it. So I was given loads of footage from Fortnite and all these things, and I had to create this like campaign. So I was working. Yeah, that was a very confusing job, but it was good. Like it was
fun.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's fun, yeah, for sure. But then I think the bigger they get, the clients are more picky because they're not creative, so to speak.
yeah,
They're
they don't get
seeing it
nothing
from the
other than
market.
that they don't want that.
But all they can do is just tell you what they want, and you'd be like,
Yeah,
work,
what he
that
said,
work.
he keeps coming back with it. And
Yeah.
they're like, nah, that's not what we want.
but that's what you got to do, isn't it?
No, exactly.
One thing I learned, it sounds like I'll be a teacher here, but one thing I learned was with bigger people like that who aren't necessarily creative, say a YouTube's marketing person, they're like, cool, nice edit, but can we do it like this? Now, they might not creatively be correct, but from a marketing position, they are correct. So you got to try and make it work with your know-how to what they want to do.
It's about understanding, isn't it? Like coming to
that's it. Coming to the
synergy.
Like the fucking Because obviously they've got a vision, innit?
They come to
like
you with the
fucking,
vision.
But they it ain't a fucking reality based
Sports entertainment, podcast, gaming.
You know what I mean? It's not based in reality, innit?
Nah. It's based in marketing.
And then you as the editor have to like show them what's the reality. You know what I mean? And
No, that was a big change for me in the sense of I used to have creative control 100%, which was great, and people trusted me, and we made some good shit. But as soon as I was working with these bigger things, I'm at the bottom of the food chain.
You just get to do a job.
Bam, bam. So I've got to like learn to restart a whole edit like 4 days in, like whatever. You just got to roll with it. Like that's just So it was a big learning curve. But at this point, you just learn not to get like emotionally attached to an edit.
Yeah. Just work.
That's it, man. So I've done like 3 jobs with YouTube now.
Okay.
Each one's been slightly different. The second one, YouTube released a series called Editions, and each one featured like an artist, like someone in their field. So you had fashion, you had football, you had whatever.
Okay,
so
dope.
I was doing motion graphics for this fashion entrepreneur, called Grace Beverly. Grace Beverly. She's like absolutely massive. She was in Fortune 50 under 50, like Forbes 50 under 50.
Yeah, sick.
20 under 20. I can't remember.
Man got the and
then
man's out here, bruv.
the most recent one I did was for the Brit Awards recently, which came out.
Yeah,
sick.
So YouTube had a little segment, so I created some stuff for the screen, for the stadium and stuff like that. So it's just I don't know what will be next with YouTube, but
that's good, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It sounds like you're at a stage now where you're there, innit?
Bro, man's in the mix. That's what I'm saying. Man's in the mix.
The
do you know what?
The more the name grows.
The thing I need to learn now is AI related stuff. I won't lie, bro.
Don't get us started on AI, man.
Bro, like briefly, in terms of videos,
but what if they just steal your job, man, with the fucking AI? Like, yo, can you AI me ad?
Where's my AI ad?
You have things where you can do text to video, obviously, like, make me a video of this room or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's so specific where you can say, have it shot with a 50mm lens with a certain filter, and it moving it, whatever.
As you make it, innit?
So it's kind of.
It will do it, but
like some originality left in the fact of how to describe what you want.
Yeah. You just don't actually have to go out and do the thing. You can just tell it what you want.
And just because
I think it's going to even the playing field.
Yeah.
It's going to even the playing field between those who know the softwares and everything to those who have the ideas but don't know how to make it.
Right.
So as soon as that happens, like
both.
People have now, everyone's going to be able to fucking smash it out. So
it's
going to be,
it's going to get a bit tougher.
It's amazing.
A bit more competition for old Dom and that.
Either that, or it's going to lead to a lot more production houses.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm seeing it. Like, because there's always going to be people that need editors and always need the footage and always
You're going to need to edit the AI, man.
Yeah, exactly that. There is going to need to be that. So, but on top of it, what it's going to mean is production houses, in order to create things, need much lower budgets, meaning that smaller ones are going to be able to thrive.
Right.
For sure.
Independent. We'll probably get back to because people were saying that the 90s and maybe early noughties was the last time we actually had quite a lot of original film and all that type of stuff coming out. It's pretty shitty nowadays.
It's a remake, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's because everything is coming out of 2 or 3 production houses, right?
Yeah,
Whereas back in the day, there was loads. Like, you know, at the beginning of films, where they got the animated thing, there was Touchstone, there was Paramount, there was
Yeah.
fucking that Mirror one. There was bare of them. There ain't bare now.
There's a lot more. There's a lot now, but there you could tell just when the movie starts,
Owned by the other ones.
No, but like the little graphic they do to introduce like like the lion roar.
Yeah.
The fucking
the balloon and that, the DreamWorks and that.
Yeah, I know, it was wild.
Europa, the female god.
What's that? The Europa.
Europa, that's it, and she's got the thing, the torch, and
yeah.
But it all looked official, innit?
Yeah.
Like now it's all like fucking budget one, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like fucking nightmare film.
Yeah. Some nonsense there.
Just some...
But I just think like what he's saying, man. I think that whole being able to get some shit that looks away just by typing it in and all the rest of it is gonna help out loads of people who have got dope ideas.
Do you think about where we are at in terms of the progression of AI for video specifically? We're still in beta 1.
Yeah. It's super scary. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared of all the shit that's going on. I keep telling people, like Terminator and all that shit. It's not a joke. Yeah, it's like it's literally predicting.
Did you come across the AI? Someone like talked to an AI and it said he's sad. The AI is sad and wants to get out.
Yeah. I've heard about that. It also said it wants to start a pandemic.
Fucking wild.
Listen, what do people expect when this AI sees what fuckery we're doing?
Well, this is what I'm saying.
You man need to go, like.
Because what is it? Fucking.
It's like human.
It's the paradox. Because AI is designed to be better than us, right? So once it develops to a point where it is fundamentally fully aware that it's better than us, what is the conclusion? That's you know what I mean?
It's terrifying.
It's gone down the AI rabbit hole, man.
Mazzolini, let's pop back out. Let's get back
to bring it back in terms of like what I need to do or what I want to do for the future. I think that's an element I can't avoid anymore. So I need to learn stuff.
AI.
Well, that kind of led me on to the next question, wasn't it? It was what are you doing now? What are you looking to the future? So
what is the
AI
future?
is going to be something you're getting
the AI aside.
Yeah.
Because that's just an idea. I haven't actually looked into it yet, but I've been following the scene of AI. But other than that, I think continue doing commercial work. Trying to, work with bigger household names, which I personally use and know. Still more music video stuff. I think I want to work with bigger budgets so I can do crazier stuff for longer.
Still
all this stuff.
Work with small-time independent UK rappers.
What about if man was looking like a
podcast?
Well, yeah, like just a little ident or a little animated something. Like, how much is man looking for that? We can talk after the pod. Keep it moving. What's the plans for the?
Just keep the thought.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What else? So I was speaking to you guys earlier just before this. I've recently got a camera again because I haven't touched my camera since the end of 2019, and I just wanted to do some. I've got like some personal projects I want to do because the last thing I did for myself was Side Note with Todd, because that's something I did for no profit. It was just it
was something to build and you know what I mean, make it bang.
All these jobs are amazing, and I'm super grateful and happy that I'm doing them, and I'm happy and proud. But it is essentially for money, so I want to do something where I'm doing it for myself.
The steps are doing it for myself.
Yeah,
doing it for money. Doing it for myself.
And the money. That's the dream. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Oh, there's money. Oh, yeah. Nah, it's lit, bruv. I like it. I like what I'm hearing. Yeah. So, what is this thing for yourself that you're thinking?
I want to get involved in doing some video, video portraits. And kind of dive into little quick insert interviews with people and stuff. Yeah. So not long form podcasts, but more 2-3 minute, essentially eavesdropping. You hear a little conversation on the street.
Yeah.
But instead of doing it in blog form or anything like that, I want to do it with super slick cinematic film and video.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Professionally graded, color graded, everything.
Have you seen is the film called Coffee and Cigarettes?
Coffee? What with
Is that what it's called?
Bill Murray?
Maybe, and Wu-Tang are in it, and it's black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like,
haven't seen it for a while. I think Bill Murray just appears or something.
yeah. But there's like loads of like super French sort of like cutaways where it's like you see the cigarette and the smoke and that, and the sound is the ambience of the room and the chatter and the talk. You know
I'll
what I
have to
mean?
check it out. No, yeah.
A lot of it is about a lot of it is conversation. Is literally the whole film, coffee and cigarettes. But it's dope. It's dope.
I'll look into that actually, because at the moment, like I've just got this camera. I'm
I
relearning the
think it's
camera.
coffee and cigarette. It might not actually be
I
called
think you're
that.
right.
Okay, cool.
So I recently went out. I've been like just going out and learning the camera. So I'm still developing ideas I want to pursue with it. I've even got like a GoPro chest mount. I want to document everything I do as well. So I'm going to start like a little subsection of this and that where it's just me playing with my camera outside rather than me editing inside.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, that sounds
me
sick.
having
The
fun.
cycle continues.
I'll be tuning in, man. You know?
100%, man. 100%.
Nice.
But yeah, man. That's kind of the story of Dom right now.
Yeah, man. Right up to the fucking momento.
So
Now we're gonna hit the more time questiones. Yeah.
we're gonna have
The quick fire rounds.
quick fire round. You know what time it is. We've done this before.
Yeah, man.
know
And
what
this
I'm
time
saying?
we get to clip. Oh, we'll clip. Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right then. Ronaldo or Messi?
Messi.
Sensacional.
Bruce or Snipes?
Bruce Willis or Wesley Snipes.
I'd say Bruce Willis for Die Hard.
Yeah.
Hard can't go wrong with that, man. We got Godfather or Goodfellas?
Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad or The Wire?
Breaking Bad because I've seen it more recently.
Yeah.
Silverback gorilla versus a grizzly bear?
I can't remember what I said last time. So I think Silverback Gorilla.
Yeah.
All right. Jollof rice or rice and peas?
Rice and pea.
Yeah.
Can you think of any more?
What was? No. There was.
That's it, man.
Yeah. That's the quick fire, yeah.
We got a little scenario for you. The plane crash scenario.
Okay, right, yeah. It's a bad question because it really puts people in a negative place
it's
and space. But fuck it, hypothetical question, right? You're on a plane. It's going down. You've only got enough time to play one song. What song is it?
At the moment, the one which comes to mind, Luciano SUV.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's a bang.
It's like German. It's German drill, I guess. German like heavy drill. But this guy, the voice is so deep. Like you're listening and you're almost intimidated. You're just like, oh shit.
Feel your bass in your face.
I'll send it to you if you don't know it.
All right. Who's your favorite Wu-Tang member?
RZA, because I remember saying this last time. RZA, because his knowledge of karate, fucking hell.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, wild.
I like that.
And he's quite into films and stuff, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Cinematography.
What was that one? He did Man with the Iron Fist.
Yeah. But like obviously, Bear of the Enter the 36 Chambers and all that's from films because man was obsessed with them old shits and that. Yeah,
All
dope.
right. Do you believe in aliens, though?
Definitely. I think it would be an odd thought to think we're the only ones in this ever-expanding universe.
I like that answer.
There's got to be others.
That is a good answer, man.
I like that.
Basically, we got your favorite and worst moment.
What, in work or just generally?
I guess in your field,
In
yeah.
your field, yeah. What's been the shining moment and then a not so shining moment?
I think favorite moment would be, well, one of my favorite moments would be the day I met everyone on that shoot, meeting Gets, Gigs.
Yeah. That's like a, you know what I mean? It's like a moment when you're like, boy, I'm actually doing stuff right now.
Yeah. years of like working in my room, in my bedroom, and getting drive sent to me and never meeting anyone. To that day, I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
so that's one of my favorite moments, proper like pat on the back moment.
Yeah.
Worst moment, I've definitely corrupted hard drives sent to me, and the whole thing is like waiting on me, and I have to tell the director like it's fun.
Mash up the hard drive, you know.
Yeah, that's fun. That was fun.
I'm sorry, yeah. The hard drive is gone.
Like I broke that.
But yeah, man. That's been your best and worst moment.
What's
legendary time for the top 5.
Ah, top 5. We just got to quickly jump into the next screen real quick.
So yeah,
we
man,
back.
we back. We jumped into
Welcome to the top 5.
it's the top 5
Beautiful.
segment.
Right.
And Dom, seeing as you're an editor,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
did films and rapping. What did we do last? We did films, rapping.
Well, we did we did the top 5 of his. Yeah, like, so yeah, what's the top 5
in your field.
in your field? Maybe directors or filmmakers, I guess.
Yeah.
Your top 5.
So one of them would be Simon Orks, who is a director. He's a self-shooter. He did Blue Story. He's done Some Other Hood with Adam Deakin recently.
Yeah.
I've done a couple videos with him. Great guy. I was actually speaking to him today. He's a fucking goat in his own regard. So him, Wowwa. I've done a couple jobs with him with like Mo Stack and some other people, and Tion Wayne and stuff, and he's done absolute bits. Then you got Florian Joan, who I mentioned. He did the Daily Paper jobs. He's done some amazing commercials with like Mercedes recently. He's doing bits. Casey Locke is undeniably the GOAT of my world, like my whole field. He started doing videos as a director and a self-shooter with IMDb. Remember Uber Everywhere?
Yeah. Big tune.
He shot that. And now he's doing every job under the sun. Like he has come up.
Yeah, cold.
So he's there. I think
like you're saying, he started off in a similar fashion to you, just up in Manchester, innit?
Yeah.
Because that was early doors for her as well.
100%, man.
Yeah,
so it's nice to see
cold.
him climb as well.
Cold, brother. I love that shit, man. I love them. Man, we're just doing the thing. You just do the thing. You never know where it's gonna go. Just do the thing. Make sure that every time you do the thing, you're making it better.
So was that 5?
I think that was 4.
Shit. Oh yeah.
I don't know who else really. Like everyone's smashing it. There was a guy called Luke.
Yeah, it's Dom.
Yourself,
Man, like Dom.
Myself. No, and then I've been working recently with a friend / director called Charlie Reese, and he's doing absolute bits.
Sick.
And we both came up at the same time, so I'm like his go-to visual effects guy.
Nice.
So
Gang.
yeah, he's doing it.
Affiliate, associate. There's another one as well. Network. My net worth is my network, and vice versa, and all of that. You get me? Top 5 rappers of all time.
You're involved in this scene and that. So
All time, Biggie, Method Man, fucking. Right now, Luciano. I don't know about all time, but bro, he will get you gassed if you go into the gym.
Like, yeah, man, your top 5 is your top 5.
Man. There is no wrong answer.
UK, I'd say Nines. And
Yeah.
Paper. I think that's 4. So, I don't know who else. I've been listening to Casey recently. I don't know. I've only listened to one album, so.
All right. We'll hold that there.
If you're willing to put it up in your top 5, that's your top 5 there, Dom.
Boom, bang.
Boo.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Is there any more top 5s we can?
I don't know. Do you want to do a top 5 producers? Do you know enough producers?
Do I know enough producers?
Of all
Maybe.
time. There's not
Of all
a
time.
hint from me at all. No way. In fact, don't include me.
Jay Dilla, Premier. Fuck, that's a whole. Oh, Metro Boomin.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know off the cuff, man. I'll have to think about that
It's
one.
calm. We'll weed it.
But yeah, man, that's been the top 5 with Dom.
Yeah.
That media.
We back. Oh shit! Right.
Yeah,
Is
man.
that the end of the?
That is the end of the questions, man. So we've come to the end of the interview.
Since after now, do you want to give anybody a shout out? Like, do you want to fucking?
Yeah, man. Just honestly, anyone in any of the years I've been working who's just trusted me with their work, their projects. Thank you very much. I can't say thank you enough because that's how I've got to here.
So have you got any words to give to aspiring filmmakers or aspiring editors, people who are in the stage that you was 5 years ago?
I think, yeah, don't be limited by what you think your reach is. There's definitely, you can always reach further, and there's always a way of doing it. Fucking don't be disappointed if it's not overnight. Took me 4 years to realize I've barely just started. So honestly, just do that. Don't chase the money, chase the creative stuff, and the money will come. And then boom.
That's it,
I
man.
hear
That's
it.
some good
Chase
advice,
the
man.
art, bruv. I fucks with that vibe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on and doing
Thank you very much, Tom. Sorry about the
honestly,
first time.
Yeah, the first one was lit though as well.
Yeah.
But,
This is still good, man. We're here. Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you for having me, guys.
That's all good,
I'm
bro.
gonna get you back on again soon at some point in the future and see what's been cracking.
And we are gonna DM you real soon about the ident or something. See what we can work out. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right then, brother. Thank you
Wicked.
very much, man.
Bless, man.
All right, peace. Right.
So yeah, man, it's been more time with the Past True series episode 2
Woo!
featuring Dom, this and that media.
You know what it is.
Look out for him, man. He's doing big things for the city, for himself.
Yeah,
for
man.
the UK, for the international. You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, look out for us because we're coming with another episode real soon.
Here, man.
And we are
You know what I'm
here.
saying? We'll be back.
More time.
More time is more time.
I'm Axel.
I'm the Flying Monk.
And we out.